A top Democrat in the state just endorsed Governor Ron DeSantis for re-election. That Democrat is Dave Kerner. He is the county commissioner in Palm Beach, and he joins me now. Okay, sir, have I got this right? You're endorsing a Republican, DeSantis, and campaigning for him every day until Election Day. What's so bad about Charlie Crist and the Democrats?
You mean the fact that he lies nonstop, or the fact that he's a political chameleon? The fact that he jumps to whatever party he thinks will benefit him at that moment? I don't know. Just off the top of my head.
Good morning, and thank you for having me on the show. And yes, I have endorsed Governor Ron DeSantis. I do so proudly, and I am very much committed to campaigning every day, as you highlighted, and making sure that Governor DeSantis gets across the finish line with a big win.
What's so bad about Charlie Crist and the Democrats? Your own party.
You know, it's really not about Charlie Crist. He has a long record of service in this state in elected office. But really, what I'd like to do, and what I've seen firsthand, what my experience as the county mayor working with Governor DeSantis has been, is just quite honestly, he's done an incredible job for the state of Florida. And so it's more about his record of service, what he's done for the state of Florida, how he's put Floridians first. I'd like to focus more on what he's done for the state and why he should be reelected, and I do think he should be.
How many other Democrats feel this way?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer. Can't read the minds of other Democrats. I know for a fact, though, in speaking for the last several years as the governor has been leading our state, that there is a lot of what I call shadow support for this governor. I think that it crosses all political spectrums, whether Democrat, non-party affiliated, and Republican. But quite frankly, the largest growing segment of the electorate in the state of Florida is the non-party affiliated voters of the state. And those are really the voters that I'm trying to speak to, those voters that will look to a holistic approach to who they should vote for to lead this state.
You called out 60 Minutes for their pay-to-play hit piece on DeSantis. They accused him of taking money from Publix, the grocery store chain, before partnering with them for vaccine distribution. How did CBS get this story so wrong?
Well, I can tell you that they got it wrong deliberately, because as I heard about this story developing and that it had a specific...
They got it wrong deliberately. They did it on purpose. Like, it's not, oh, how did they get it so wrong? It's exactly what it was. It was a hit piece.
Focus, or at least a specific outcome that they wanted to achieve. I actually proactively reached out to the producers of 60 Minutes, and I went on the record with them for about 45 minutes in a phone conversation, and point by point, I disabused them of the notion that they were trying to put into the public sphere, and that is that Governor DeSantis improperly or unilaterally made a decision to work with Publix. That was an idea that was brought to me by the governor, and the county administrator and I reviewed the plan. We were excited about the plan. We asked for that pilot program to be put right here in Palm Beach County. It goes without saying that it was beyond success. It definitely took care of and concentrated on the most vulnerable in our community, those over the age of 65, and it was a huge success. But what did 60 Minutes do? They totally ignored my perspective. They totally ignored the facts, and I felt that it was very important for me to go public with that position. And quite frankly, 60 Minutes earned the negative reputation that they received as a result of that very poor reporting.
Exactly, and that's it. All these left-leaning news networks and all these people that have been, pushing this agenda for the last several years, look at where they're at now. Look at their ratings. Their ratings have gone through the floor. Their main audience has deserted them. They're literally holding on by like a thread. They're finally starting to come back around. That's why you see this mass firing of all these left-leaning news show hosts. Don Lemon, he just got moved. What's his name? Smelter or Shelter or whatever. Stelter. There's been a lot of them that are just, they're getting outed. And, it's... The red wave is coming. It's just that simple. People are fed up with the nonsense, and it's only gaining momentum. There's so many people that are turning Republican. It's like Carrie Lake said, the Republican Party is no longer the party of warmongers. It's the party for the people. You know, the Democratic Party is no longer the party for the people like they have claimed they have been. It's just now that people are actually seeing that they're the party of, you know, hate and, division and making themselves rich. And people are finally seeing that. So it's just ridiculous. And it goes on both sides too. Like if both sides are doing insider trading. Any of these politicians that are becoming millionaires while in office, they need to be audited. They need to have someone look at where all this money is coming from, because they have so much information that they know before the rest of the public. They know where, grants are going to be given. They know where contracts will be awarded. It's so easy for them to do insider trading or to accept, some kind of contribution to their campaign, lobbying or whatever. There's so much criminality going on with these senators and House representatives that they all need to be audited. Not actually, I take that back. Not just the ones that have made millions while have been in Congress. They all need to be audited, flat out. If you're holding public office, you should be audited every so often. I don't know a good time frame, but if you're holding public office for any amount of time, you should be audited at some point to make sure that there aren't any funds going where they shouldn't be going. Till next time, like and subscribe.